Good evening, everybody. Welcome along to another stream. It is Tuesday night, and we are doing a Finiwords Anagram Racing Tuesdays special edition. Today is actually a marathon race. Something a little bit different. Something we have not done before. Essentially, this is going to be one very long race. There is a timer where the stream will end at 11:30 US Central Time, which is almost just over 3 hours from now. Essentially, I'm going to try and answer my entire card box that are not nines. So all the other questions that are in my card box that are due, I'm going to answer them all, and I'm going to try and get there before 11:30 p.m. US Central Time. And whilst I'm doing this, I'm racing you guys in the chat now. So you have to try and finish everything that's in this this board of words. These are CSW 4s to 8s, and there's actually around 4,000 answers. So there's 3 hours to do this, and there will also be a prediction going around later on tonight also. So in theory, you guys could actually corroborate, work together, and say that the chat is going to win if all of you put in the shift and complete the quiz before the time expired or before I actually get through all my questions. So there is that tonight. So that is what we're going to be working on. And good evening to Itchite, and good evening to Zazuma SMT, already getting involved with the Finiwords game. Good evening to you, or good morning to you. So yeah, let's go over to the Finiwords screen right now so you can see the entire board. Alright, so you can see this is my card box. I've got just over 2,100 questions to go. And I'm going to keep answering whilst I'm talking, but this is basically, I'm going to try and get through to the end of this quiz. Obviously, I'll do a real refresh at the end as well, potentially, if need be, but I'm going to try and get to the end of this before you guys get to the 4,000 answers. And I'm aware that Ancient Cosmographer is streaming right now also. I believe he's doing his... mystery list right now, and essentially they will be the cavalry. The cavalry will come in, I'm sure, at some point later this evening, and help you guys out. So as long as you guys get to a good start and get that question answered ticker running in the meantime, then I think that will set them up in a good position to potentially take it. So let's see how far we get before they potentially raid. I don't know if he will specifically. He doesn't have to, of course, but if he does decide to raid our channel, then you're going to have a lot of people helping you out. So yes, again, if there's anyone else that they're watching right now, then please feel free to get involved with the Finiwords game. If you're watching on YouTube, then you are going to have to get yourself over to twitch.tv/Ostinio9 and log in there, watch from there, and start typing out the words that you see, or the anagrams that you see on the screen. So as I said, this stream could last up to 3 hours, just over 3 hours. There is a timer literally above my head, also time left. That is what is counting down to 11:30. The stream will end, as I said. It could end before that if we get through all of my cardbox questions, or if you guys in the chat finish answering the entirety of the 4,000 answers that are on the screen, or will be pop up onto the screen for this quiz. Again, there's going to be a lot of answers out there that I think a lot of you will know. So again, please feel free to get involved. But in the meantime, yeah, you just have to keep chipping away at it, and we'll see how we do. So again, if you're not wanting to get involved with the Finiwords game tonight, then yeah, please feel free just to say hello in the chat. That would also be good. Just say that you're here, and we'll give you a little shout out. Also, another heads up as well for those who are here. I will be streaming on Thursday. I will be doing a Albany New Year's game analysis stream, just like on last Thursday. I did one for the Crescent City Cup. I will do one for Albany, which has been kind of sitting there for a little while, but I'll be doing that. But after this week, I'll be off for 3 weeks. There'll be no streams for 3 weeks. I'll be back sometime towards, I guess, the end of February. Towards the end of February, I'll be back, and then we'll start preparing for the Causeway tournament, and we'll probably throw in some other streams in the midst as well. So you guys have got to 46 correct answers already, which is 1% of the, just over 1% of the total answers. So again, you guys out there, it's taking you barely, what, 10 minutes to get to 1%. Again, there's not too many people getting involved with it right now, so again, when there's more people here, that percentage, that ball will start rolling even faster. So yeah, we just have to see if you can do the dirty work whilst no one's around. And see how far you get. But every answer that you get is going to help get to the end faster, end of the stream faster, in fact. Once this happens, once one of those targets have been hit, then the stream will end. That's it. So in theory, you guys have the power to end the stream within an hour if you get through it that fast. So you're running out of shorter words now. We're gonna have to start picking off the longer words real soon. Yeah, getting through those answers nicely there in the chat. Good job. About 1.5% through the list already. So I'm currently about 2% of the way through. You can see my my question count up literally above my head, in between me and the time left. That is how many questions I've done on my card box so far in this stream. What am I missing here? Terrorist, that's it. I always forget terrorist. But don't forget, we're also going by the number of answers that you guys are logging, and I'm going by the number of questions. So there's actually going to be, technically, there'll be more more answers for me to kind of rack through my brain than it actually looks. I think I've actually put into Finiwords about 3,000 questions, which is equated to about 4,000 answers. So it's about 1.5x in terms of number of questions than what I have here. But again, I can only answer one question at a time. You guys could technically answer up to 60 at a time. And there's multiple people in the chat doing it at the same time, so we'll see if I can get there to the end before you guys. But yes, we're strapping myself into for a long evening with this this kind of race. Good evening to Hopeful Matter in the chat also. Good to see you here. Getting involved with the Finiwords game. Again, every single person that helps out tonight, your efforts will not go unnoticed. Your name will be on the list. I'm attempting to actually answer the harder questions. I think I might have said it already, but I'm attempting to answer the harder questions in my card box first, just because it will technically slow me down a bit more, and hopefully down the stretch when there's more people here, I can answer the easier questions at the end. But we'll see how that goes. Alright, so the chat already 2.5% in already. I'm about 3%. So we're going at a relatively good speed here. We're about 15 minutes into this stream, so this is good. Hopefully we'll see how we can do. And again, don't forget, for those who've just turned up in the chat, or you're just watching right now, there will be a prediction on Twitch later on. Again, in terms of how do you think that the stream will end? What method will the stream end? Do it either end by me completing my card box, all 2100 questions, either by you guys in the chat completing all the answers that are available to you, all 4,000 answers, or if we both fail that, it would just be timeout. It will be by 11:30 US Central Time. You can see the time left. There's plenty of time. So we'll put out a prediction later on when more people are here. And again, in theory, you guys can influence the result of that yourselves by by either saying that you're going to, the chat will actually end up finishing all the questions, and you could start hacking away at it yourselves and getting there before I do. I guess in theory you could also predict that I will win and don't do anything. But we'll see how that goes. Always more fun to have audience participation. But I do predict that we will have more people in the chat in good time. But if you are tuning in now and not already getting involved and you feel like you should get involved, yeah, feel free. Please feel free. Start typing in some anagrams that you're seeing on the screen. And yeah, get yourselves onto the leaderboard that's in the second column at the top. Okay, so I'm about 4% of the way through now. Chat around 3%. coming up with a lot of newly added words to the dictionary in my card box. Slowing me down a little bit more there too. What? Good evening to Luckbox Lind in the chat. Good evening to you. Getting involved with the Finiwords race for the evening, marathon race. Yes, hello. Hello. Good evening. Alright, so I'm about 5% now. Again, once the chat kind of starts gaining momentum, then it's going to be hard to beat you guys, especially since I can only answer one question at a time. You guys can answer multiple answers at a time, multiple words at a time, through sheer numbers, so I'll have to see how that pans out. But yeah, again, I hope that you guys are doing well. You guys have had a good weekend as well. I hope your week's going well so far. I've definitely been neglecting my card box over the past past month or so. So this is actually just the questions that are not 9s in my card box. I think I have another 4,000 questions due that are all just 9s. I kind of just like left them to the side in preparation for Albany, New Year's, and for Presidency Cup. So I'll get around to them eventually. I just feel like this is a good time to go through these words and try and give myself the urgency and the motivation to actually get through these questions and clear them on the stream. So that way I can't run away anymore. I have to... I'm not saying I'm punishing myself to actually answer these questions, but in a way I guess I kind of am. That I actually have to put myself on the stream for you guys to watch me. And make myself fully accountable for the fact that I haven't done this. So that way I actually answer these questions in front of your very eyes. Again, I should really be doing this in my own time, but I'm here now. And again, we can make a game out of it, so you guys can get involved. But yeah, it's a long slog, and I'm tending to get through everything in my card box and have my cardbacks completely up to date before before Causeway, which is at the end of May. It's going to be a 35 hour journey from where I live all the way to Bangkok, Thailand. So I'm going to have a lot of time to cardbox on the plane in between sleeping and looking after kids and things like that. But hopefully I won't have to do too much cardboxing. But we'll see. And I intend to do a lot more aerolith as well, so I'm going to try and do a bit more of that. And I actually don't think I have any more. I don't have any more tournaments lined up either. Up until before Causeway either. So my next tournament game at this moment in time is planned to be in Bangkok. So I'm going to have to be 100% up and running, ready to go by that point. Again, many of the world's best players will be in attendance for that tournament, so I'm gonna have to be ready. Can't make too many mistakes against that crowd. Hopefully we can put up a good showing at the very least. Play well. And maybe win something, I don't know. Top 10 out of, top 10 will win some cash. Again, these tournament, the Causeway tournament will have divisions of 100 players per division. So it's going to be very difficult to finish in the top 10%. Again, such a stacked crowd of players. But, it's definitely doable, I think. Got to be confident in your own abilities to do it. Hard for anyone that's not a triple grandmaster. You got this. Thank you very much, Headchite. You didn't include anyone. Hard for anyone that's not a triple grandmaster and washed already. But yeah, I appreciate that. But yeah, I mean, you have to be somewhat confident in your own abilities here, right? I mean, otherwise, what's the point of playing? In my mind, I'm here to have fun as well and play the game, but I want to win. And I do feel on any given day I can beat anybody, so that's not changed. Just need to be ready from the game one and hit the ground running. But yeah, it's going to be a tough tournament, and it will be live streamed as well. So there'll be more details about that closer to the time. But yeah, I know that I'll be next playing at the Causeway event, but I will actually be attending 2 other tournaments before then, although I won't be playing. There is the NASSC, the North American School Scrabble Championships. So I'll be bringing, our team will be bringing 3 teams to the event this year, which will be held in Washington, DC in mid-March. So just over 6.5 weeks away now. It's not long away. And I think that will be live streamed as well somewhere or not. I haven't got full details about it yet, but I assume it will be on the Let's Play Scrabble YouTube channel, but is something that I'll be attending as a coach. And then there's also going to be a local event to me as well. There's not enough players where I live that will play CSW, so I'm just the tournament director / organizer. So I'll be sitting that out and watching over, making sure things run well. And that will be in towards the end of April And we'll have a kids side event there as well. Hopefully, yeah, we'll have enough people to play in that. But yeah, those are the two other tournaments that I'll be attending before Causeway. So yeah. So yeah, looking forward to Causeway at least. It's good to get back out there on the world stage, so to speak. Big international tournament. Huge. The first 3 days will have 10 games per day. It's an absolutely brutal schedule. But this is a schedule that I've done before. As a kind of put into perspective, the SPC, the Scrabble Players Championship, only has 7 games per day. Similar to the World Cup, held by Wigpo. The Queen City Cup that we just had a couple of weeks ago is only 8 games per day. So that's pretty much the most generally in the US per day. Never normally more than 8 per day. Luckbox Lynn's saying more. That's a lot. It is. Do you get there early to adjust to the time zone difference? Yes. So actually, my entire family are actually going to come along as well. Me, Lindsay, 3 kids, and also my mother-in-law Lila and her husband Tim. We're all going to be going. And actually, apart from me and Tim, the other 5 in our family have never been to Asia before. So this will be an experience for them. Something that we can do as a family as well. So it'd be nice to do that. So yeah, we're actually going to go to Phuket in Thailand for about 4 days beforehand. 4 days before the tournament, 4 or 5 days before the tournament. Just to kind of relax, kind of have fun, and yeah, also, as you said, get your buddy used to the time zone, because it's literally on the other side of the world. It is, I think it's like a 12 or 13 hour time difference from the central time zone in the US. So it is literally the opposite time of the day or night. So yes, you definitely will need to get yourself adjusted to the time zone. And then we'll go to head over to Bangkok the day before the tournament and be ready to play. But yeah, the schedule was pretty brutal. As I said, 10 games per day. The games start at 8:30 a.m. There'll be 4 games straight in the morning, and then there'll be like an hour or an hour and a bit break for lunch, and then you're playing 6 games back to back in the afternoon / early evening, and you're finishing at about 7:30 p.m. So there's not that much time to really do much apart from playing Scrabble. For the first 3 days, that is the same thing, all 10 games. For those 3 days, and then there'll be 6 games on the final day, and then that kind of gives people enough time to fly out in the evening if need be. So, gonna be a tough schedule for sure. So it's something that I'm not overly worried about. I mean, I feel like I can play pretty quickly if I need to. And in these kind of tournaments, it is actually beneficial if you actually do play pretty fast, because you do not want to be expending too much mental load for 10 games straight against the best players in the world by thinking too much. If you've got an easy thing to do, then just play it, just do it. I know I've said this in the past as well, but they in the UK Open, which actually also just finished early this month as well, in the past has actually had up to 13 games in one day. It's generally a 30-game event or something like that. It's like 10 games on the first day, 13 games on the second day, and then like 7 games on the last day. And that day is actually even longer like you don't just finish at dinner time, that you play after dinner, you finish with like 2 or 3 more games at the end of the day. Like, it is a very brutal schedule, to the point where like you're just done. You just finish your last game, you go to bed, you wake up, and it's time to play again. You know, there's not enough time to do anything else. So I'm used to that, and I think I mentioned also before that in the UK in the past there have been 24-hour tournaments. So you start at midday on Saturday and you finish at about maybe 2 p.m. on the next day, on Sunday. So you're literally playing all day long and all night long in a round robin format, with promotion and relegation if you're in top 3, bottom 3 of whatever group. And then you get, actually, out of that round robin, you get one game where you sit out. It's purposely done so that way there's 9 people in a round robin. Each player gets to sit out for one of those games each time. So you play 24 games when there's 27 rounds, and every round robin, every 8 or 9 hours, you actually get to sit out, and you can just go rest, just go chill somewhere. But yeah, you are literally on it the whole day, 24 hours straight. If you can't sleep, then that's too bad. The next chance to sleep is going to be in about 8 hours from now. So yeah, if you can do that and play to a good level, I think you're in good shape. You know that you can do 10 games in a day. So yeah, we'll have to, yeah. Yeah, those things don't necessarily exist in the US, but the crazy British players like to do those kind of things. And yeah, it's put me in good stead, I think. It's given me experience to play at this kind of tournaments. But yeah, I've been to Bangkok maybe 3 times or 4 times. I actually don't remember. For the playing in the King's Cup, that's always been in the middle of the year, which I don't think actually is going on anymore. But they play in a shopping mall, and it's very noisy, very loud. They've got like ropes around the edge, so the general public cannot just walk in and have a look. They just have to watch from outside the ropes, or they can just watch from above. Like the next you can go up the escalator, you look on top, and you can just get a bird's eye view of all the players playing. You know, that's the kind of ambiance and the place that you're in. And there's always music playing as well in the shopping mall. Lots of people running around, making noise, lots of background noise. So it's you know, if you can play in those conditions, it's not something that everyone can do. But if you can, then again, that kind of gives you a bit more, more experience and more things to call upon when you play in these kind of tournaments that are hustle and bustle, which are, again, not really ones that really kind of backdrops that you have in North America, in American tournaments. So yeah, it'll be interesting to play again in this big event, which I think now is capped to 500 entrants, and I think there's about 90 or so places left. There's already 410 registrants for the tournament, and the tournament isn't for another 5 months, which is crazy. Well, technically 4 months now, I guess, but that's pretty crazy that with 4 months to go, there's already 410 players already signed up. So that is, again, a testament to Michael Tang, the organizer, who is recruiting people from all around the world to play in this tournament, including Voter Bushline in the chat. I think you're going as well, I believe. But good evening to you. But yes, it's he's a salesman, you know. He will find, if he can find anyone that wants to is merely interested in playing, he will find them, and he will make you turn up essentially. So yeah, and he makes everyone feel very welcome. He organizes everything to a T. Everything is perfect with him and the organizational team that he has. So it runs like clockwork, um, and it's great. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it goes, but it'll be impeccably run, especially with, again, predicted 500 people all playing Scrabble at the same time. That's not easy to kind of get everyone there at the same time, but that is what is going to happen in Bangkok, Thailand this summer. Bushon said, yeah, I'm very excited. Wow. You should be. You definitely should be. It will blow your mind. It literally will blow your mind that there are 500 people sitting in this room playing Scrabble from all over the world. And I guess maybe for you as well, because like, I guess you haven't really played in too many international tournaments either, apart from Ghana, but 500 people are playing Collins as well. Because again, if you're in North America, Collins is kind of the secondary lexicon, but when you see the world playing the World Dictionary and they're out there in full force, then it's a sight to behold, for sure. And then you'll be incredibly glad that you will have been a part of it in some shape or other. So I definitely will recommend anybody that is thinking about going to the event to go and look at the details for the Causeway Scrabble Challenge 2026 and consider it for sure. But it's going to be a big one. Alright, so the chat now, getting close to 10% done with the questions. I'm about, what, almost 12% now? I'm actually answering more of the difficult questions again. May have said that already in the chat. Again, people might have just turned up, but I'm answering more of the more difficult questions in my card box for the time being, and saving the easier ones for the end. And again, I'm aware that Ancient Cosmographer is also streaming right now, so hopefully, fingers crossed, he will give us a raid later on, once he's done doing his mystery lists on Finiwords. And then you guys will have a lot of people helping you out with the longer words that are here in front of you. But again, we will put out a prediction very soon in terms of how many, well, not how many, but how will the stream end tonight? Because the stream will end at the very latest at 11:30 Central, and the timer above my head is counting down to that time. And that is based if I don't finish this card box, these questions by that time. Or if you guys in the chat do not answer all 4,000 answers available to you. So if any of those three things happen, whichever one's going to finish, whatever one happens first, that will be the trigger for the stream to end. So again, don't feel bad about answering all the questions or as many questions as you possibly can. That's the whole point of this kind of marathon race. We are just doing one board of questions for you, a whole slab of questions for me in my card box. We put a timer on it and see what happens first. It'll be good. It's always good anagramming practice for you if you guys out there are that way inclined. and it gives me the you know, I don't remember what the word is now. It's a bit of motivation, I guess. The motivation to actually answer my questions on my card box because I've been putting it off for a while. And if you guys in the chat end up completing everything before I even get to my easy questions, then I guess the joke's on me. I wouldn't have got quite as many questions done in that time, but you know, we'll see how it goes. We'll see. I guess you guys are about 5% of the way in now, so we'll see what happens. Oh, here we go. Ancient Cosmographer with the raid. Thank you so much for the raid. Bringing in 13 people. Thank you. I hope your stream went well. I saw that you were playing on Woogles against various bots early in the stream. And I saw you getting involved, well, doing your mystery lists as well. It's always fun. Hope your stream went well. Also hope that you and your brother had a great time at the Crescent City Cup as well, your first ever ones. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you'll be back again next time. Sci-fi tropes took 25 minutes. Oh boy. I can only say to you that I would not have made that time go any lower. That is not my my specialty. I'm also assuming it's not the specialty of most. A lot of the people who are watching your stream also based on the time. Yeah, CC was great. Yeah, thank you, thank you. But everything felt 10 letters long. Oh boy, that's rough. Too difficult. Too difficult. Actually, I think we did okay. Well, good. Good. Alright, so, those that just tuned in, what we're doing today is actually normal, we do the regular kind of Finiwords Anagram Racing Tuesdays, but today is going to actually a marathon race. So, I'm actually answering all of the questions in my card box that are not 9s. That's 2,100 questions, and I've put up 3,000 questions for you guys to answer, which equates to 4,000 words. And really, this race, I guess I can put the prediction out right now. I might as well do it. Essentially, the stream will end either when you guys in the chat get through all the questions in your list, or in your on the screen, answer all 4,000 answers, or I clear my card box before that happens, or if we both forget, or no, don't forget, if we both fail to do that, the time will run out at 11:30 US Central Time. So whichever one happens first, that will be how the stream ends. So I've just put a prediction out now. If you're watching on Twitch, then you can get involved with that right now. And again, you guys can, in theory, you know, you are actually in control of that of that prediction as well if you're actually answering the questions. So if you think I'm gonna get through my card box first, then that's option 1. The chat, you guys out there answering all 4,000 answers before the timer runs out or before I clear my card box, that is option 2. Or if you think that neither of us are going to finish our list of questions before 11:30 US Central Time, then answer the predictions with prediction number 3. So use your inline quiz wisely, get predicting on what you think the result will be. There's a lot of you out there now answering the questions, so we'll see how that goes. And again, I'm expecting that not all of you will be here for the entire time, so I think hopefully for me, I mean, that either means hopefully for me that you guys will slow down, or maybe you guys will just be done sooner and I can end the stream. I don't know. I guess that's all down to you as well in the chat. But every single answer that you guys put out there is helping towards the bigger goal of getting through the marathon race that we have in front of you today. This also means that I don't have to do as much kind of messing around with Finiwords by doing multiple short races each time and wasting more time. I can just get on with one race and just be, you know, up to the races. But yes, I hope that you guys out there in the chat are doing well. I will be putting out I will be doing another stream on Thursday, which will be an Albany New Year's game analysis stream, just like what I did on last Thursday with the Crimson Cup one. But I will also say for you guys as well that I will not be streaming after this week for about 3 weeks. So for the month of February, I won't be streaming again until the end of February. Mainly because my family from England will be visiting me for 3 weeks. So I won't be around during that time, take a little break. And then we'll go again. After that, prepare for Causeway, which will be 3 months on from that point as well. Oh, thank you for the watch streak by MKW Joseph. Thank you. Five stream streak. Nice. Alright, you guys are making some good headway now. About, what, 11% of the way through? With the number of words. I'm about, what, 15%? So that's kind of what the race is at right now. We're just about, well, about an hour into the stream. I mean, we probably started the race like maybe 50 minutes in now. I've got my customary ads coming very soon in the next few minutes, which will hopefully slow you guys down a little bit. Or maybe not. That's probably, you can probably still see, I think. So the ads are not going to slow you down very much. But yes, these are all 4s to 8s in the CSW lexicon. And yeah, we'll see how many you guys collectively can knock down through this wall of words that we have here in front of you. I was also saying earlier as well that Causeway tournament in end of May is actually going to be my next tournament. I don't have no tournaments lined up until then, so I'm going to be idle or dormant for the next 4 months. I will be attending 2 other events, 2 tournaments before then, but I won't be playing, so it'll be the NASSC, the North American School Scrabble Championships, in mid-March. I'll be bringing 3 teams to that event. And I also will be organizing a local event here as well, local to me, towards the end of April. But I will be just directing / organizing because there's not enough people playing Collins here. Ishikosmon was saying come to Galesburg. I mean, it's a little bit of a trek for me, but I will consider that if I can get some time away. But I won't. Don't hold your breath on that. So, don't forget that the predictions are still ongoing. Curiously, the chat clearing the Finiwords option has actually got by far the lowest number of coins on it right now. I'm only assuming that you guys are not not confident enough that you guys will clear everything before I finish and before the time expires. Again, we have 2 hours and 10 minutes left. I think that you guys could still do it. It is definitely possible. I have a lot of questions to answer as well. This is no joke. But yeah, I'm about 1/6 of the way through now. But again, this can also be a kind of mini competition within the chat as well as to how many points you can rack up in the leaderboard. I can see the order changing as we speak. A lot of close numbers there, and also a lot of people who are playing along and not on the leaderboard yet. You can definitely get yourself up there. To the top 10. So yeah, this kind of marathon race is actually not something I've ever done before on the stream. I'm just kind of trialing it and see how it works. If I think that the numbers are pretty good or pretty even based on the time that we have, then I could do this again in future, rather than just kind of mini anagram races. Short races of like maybe 10-15 minutes. So we'll see. So it's definitely a bit more of a longer slog at least, but at least if you have got involved with any part of this race today, then you will have logged some points. Alright, welcome back from the ad break if you had to go through that. Now the board is in its full glory now. You can get moving with it. Yes, we see 90 degrees at the top of the table right now. MKW Joseph and Blue Valley also there as well. Racking up some more points on the scoreboard. That's good. Again, we'll remind you that the prediction on Twitch is still ongoing. You can still put some coins down if you haven't already done so. 3 different options in terms of how the stream can end tonight. And in theory, you guys are in complete control or in charge of how that can end. If you guys all corroborate together and put in a shift to clear the Finiwords board before I get through mine, my card box, and before 11:30 p.m., then that's when the stream will end. That is one of the options that is there with the fewest number of coins currently. Quick, someone asking about ice cream to distract him. That's funny. The only problem here is that in my last couple of streams now, I actually haven't had any ice cream to eat on the stream. I'm all business now, you see. I'm a reformed person. There is no ice cream for me to eat currently. IP Disciple asking, wait, what time zone is the 11:30 cutoff? That is it's the US it's US Central. If you don't need to look, I mean, if you look above the time left, that timer of 2 hours and 3 minutes is counting down to that 11:30 cutoff time. So again, if we're still answering questions and that timer has hit 0, then it would have been 11:30 US Central Time, and then the timeout is actually going to be the result of the prediction. I'm gonna get kicked off the stream by my house's stupid Wi-Fi at 11 Central, midnight Eastern. Oh boy. Then I think there's only one thing for you then. You just have to keep answering questions. And get through it all before the time, half an hour early. Again, definitely possible. There's a lot of people here answering questions right now. So it's definitely doable. But I don't know any words. You don't have to. There's a lot of other people that know words too. It's okay. Just get whatever you can get. That's really the name of the game here. It's a team effort. There may be words you don't know, but someone else out there will know it. So just do what you can. Again, every word that you can answer is a word that someone else out there doesn't have to do. You've taken care of it, so think of it that way. Until potentially all of you in the chat don't know what the answers are for any of those, but I don't think it will happen. You guys are adept to the Scrabble lexicon. No concerns on my part there that you guys will get stuck in any way. I don't think you will. There's always going to be something out there that someone will know. So the chat is probably around 15% of the way through the quiz now. I'm about 20% of the way through. Again, we've been doing this for about an hour now, so and again, a lot of you just came in just during Ancient Cosmographer's raid, so you know, there's more of you answering it now than there was earlier. Good evening to Rivulos in the chat also, getting involved with the Finiwords game. Good to see you here. I think it's died off from the raid. I mean, there's still a lot of you out here. It's all downhill from here. No, 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 no. Definitely not. There's still a lot of you answering questions, don't worry. This is almost like a pilot of this kind of marathon race. Again, I need to adjust the number of questions or how many questions I have to answer in due course. Maybe if I do this again, if the numbers aren't kind of right. But again, you guys have got through a lot of questions already. There'll be many times when we've been doing these races, when we do individual races for like 12-15 minutes each, and there's like 300 answers, and you guys get through it in like 10 minutes. So like, you guys can definitely do it within the time for sure. I don't have any qualms about that as we now move into the under 2 hour mark. I just don't know if I'm going to finish this in time either. I'm just seeing, but we'll have to see. It's a lot of smaller, shorter words that you guys have on the screen, and I have like kind of weird 5 answer things that you can see on my screen as well. Like, I'm trying to remember them all. Hard to remember them all. Right. Alright, 90 degrees is pulling away with the lead here. See, Bluefelly is trying to catch up. Got a lot of high scores in the on the leaderboard currently in the top 10. And I'm also encouraging you guys to try and get this done faster too. Like, you shouldn't be made to feel bad if you guys get through this and are done in like the next 30 minutes. Like, when one thing hits, I'm going to end the stream. And as I say this, the prediction is about to close. So again, thank you to everyone that got involved with the prediction tonight. We'll just see how that goes as we get closer to the end time of 11:30 US Central Time. We'll see. The only problem with the leaderboard outside of the top 10 is I actually cannot see the rest of the top 10 either. I don't think I can. I don't think I can actually see them. Can I scroll down here? I can't scroll down on the leaderboard, so there may be some players who still who are actually answering questions right now and are not on the leaderboard. I can't see how far off the leaderboard you are. We are not worthy. I mean, there's a lot of people in front of you that are not currently playing, or played earlier and stopped. So over time you will end up overtaking them. And it shouldn't be too long. You guys are getting through these words pretty quickly. And again, we have about 2 hours to go, so there's plenty of time. So I've actually purposely ordered my questions in card box order. So I've done all the kind of low card boxes first, which are card box 0 to and first to going upwards. So I've actually went through all the more difficult questions in my card box first. Again, hopefully that these are going to get so easy I can just like speed through these, but at the moment I haven't got to that point yet. But towards the end of my 2100 question, they should be relatively straightforward, and I can just like speed through them all, because they're words that I would have known for a long time and still know, in theory anyway. But we'll see. Doesn't always work out that way. I might not even get that far either, so I don't know yet. But yes, again, this is also just to, again, have a bit of fun with answering questions or anagramming practice for the chat, but also giving me the incentive and the motivation to actually get my covers done on stream. I don't necessarily always like the fact that I have to do this, that I actually have to do this in front of all of you to prove that I can actually do it, and that's the only time that I will do it. But at least it keeps me personally at least a little bit slightly accountable, right? That I'm not answering it and I should do it now, and I'm forcing myself to do it as well. But again, you can do it in a fun way as well. That always helps. Because at the same time, if I was not streaming, I don't think I would have answered 461 questions on my card box right now. I would have probably been doing something else. So sometimes it has to be done. And to be fair, answering your card box is not always the funnest thing in the world. There's probably hundreds of other things that you could be doing that are more fulfilling or feel like better use of your time. But again, if I want to do well at Causeway, then I'm going to have to tackle this backlog at some point or other. And if I'm not streaming for 3 weeks, then it's best to do it now and try and relieve that backlog a little bit before I take a break from streaming. So yeah, again, if you guys did not hear earlier, that I'll be doing a analysis stream on Thursday for Albany, New York. New Year's event, and then I will be taking a 3-week break starting next week, starting February, and we'll be coming back towards the end of February with my regular schedule. I do have my family from England visiting me for 3 weeks, so that's what I'm going to be doing. I haven't seen them for a whole year, so actually I don't think that's not true. I saw them in September, October time, actually. Because my wife was recording the Scrabble game show, and actually her episode airs on February 5th, so you guys should definitely go and watch that. The series is already out there. It started already. The first episode started on Thursday, last Thursday. Episode 2 will be coming this Thursday. So you guys should definitely watch that on the CW network in the US if you are able to watch that. There'll be a lot of tournament Scrabble players in these episodes, so it's going to be a bit of a who's who of tournament Scrabble players for this season, which is actually a pretty long season as well. So many episodes for you to watch over the coming months. Decos is already in order. Yeah, that's always a nice one. There's probably some long list of words that are alphagrams that are exactly the same as the actual real word, like billowy or something. Is it airing in the UK, or do I need to find a streaming service? I don't think it is airing in the UK, as far as I'm aware. Again, it was recorded in London, but as far as I'm aware, it is. I don't think it is airing in the UK. You're gonna have to find a website that allows you to watch the CW network. Again, if you have a VPN, maybe that might help. But you can watch old episodes on the CW network. Scrabble. In the website, the Scrabble section, there's stuff from the previous series as well. And yeah, you can definitely do that. Maybe that's something you can do. DHIKR being in order already always gets me. Yeah, it's always a weird one. And you can put the S on it as well, so that stays in alphabetical order as a 6. Yeah, it's like, it doesn't feel like that should ever be a word, but it is. Hey-ho. I don't make up the dictionary. Clearly it's a word used often enough to be in the Scrabble dictionary, so be it. Cool. Alright, just hit a milestone here. I've just got through 500 questions, so I'm getting close to about a quarter of the way through. I guess I have to get through another 30 or so questions, but yeah, near enough, give or take. I'm about 25% of the way through now. The chat, probably what, 17%? 17% of the way through now? About a sixth of the way through. So yeah, making some good progress. Feel good. A boot only valid in the Canadian dictionary. We should definitely petition to get that in the dictionary. It should also be added to the Scottish dictionary too, I think. Although a lot of Scottish words are already in the dictionary, so I don't know. So we have an hour and 47 minutes left of the stream at most. It's going to be tough to get to the end with one of us finishing this at this current rate, I think. Has to be completely honest with you. It's quite possible I have given myself and for you guys in the chat too much to a lot to cut your teeth into. A lot on your plate here. But again, this is definitely doesn't mean it's not possible. It's definitely possible. I have 1,600 questions to go, and I feel like I can get through like 1,000 in an hour if I really need to really push. But I do need a list of much easier questions to get through, which hopefully should be coming very soon. I'm starting to feel like these questions that I'm answering now are getting a little bit easier as I work my way through the card boxes. And my card box number is going up each time. It is providing a little bit less resistance in terms of how long it's going to take me to answer the questions to get through it. So that's kind of what I'm hoping for this stage. But I've got about 1,600 questions to go in an hour 45, so I'm gonna have to answer slightly more than 1,000. About more than 100 every 10 minutes to get there, which I think is doable, especially if my questions are getting easier. But we'll see. There's a lot of coins put down on me clearing my card box before the time expires, and obviously beating Team Chat as well to the end as well, so we'll see. Yes, we had 6 people getting involved with the prediction tonight. And St. JTB was actually the one that put most of the coins in option 1 for me clearing my card box. IPU Disciple said I misunderstood the time zone. I want my bet back. There is literally a timer above my head that you don't even need to work out the time zone. No dice. Sorry. That timer counts down to 11:30 US Central Time. I'm going to be Joseph is saying I want to bet for option 2, but I let the time run out. I mean, at this moment, I will be honest, at least if it makes you feel any better, the chat is probably the least likely to happen at this moment in time. But we do have Ancient Cosmographer who is now back and furiously answering questions very quickly, so could potentially bring you all back into contention again. Especially if he's answering all the long words as well, freeing up the easier, shorter words for you guys, for the rest of you. Go Ancient Clutchographer. There you go. Sounds about right. Alright, the chat now getting to about 20% of the way through. It's good progress. There's still an hour and 42 minutes left. There's still plenty of time. And we're not even halfway through the race yet, technically. We started about an hour and 20 minutes ago. So we've got plenty of time still. And again, more of you have now turned up since the raid, so the rate that you are going is much faster than it was at the start of the stream. Chat now, I think now reached about 20% of the answers done. It's 800 out of about 4,000. Again, a lot of you are in the chat answering multiple answers at the same time, so you're shaving off those unanswered questions real quick. And again, I can only answer one question at a time. You guys can answer multiple answers at a time, which should give you more of an advantage, although you do have more to do, slightly more to do than I do. And again, there's only one of me too, so that is another factor. But again, the time is ticking along against both of us. We'll have to see who can get to the end first, or maybe the time will expire first. Again, we're kind of just doing this for the first time, this marathon race. This might be something we might do more in the future, but we will see. Based on how this goes, and I don't know if I have got the right number of questions for both of us to answer within the time, if it's right or not, how accurate it is. Again, it all depends on how many people turn up and wants to play along on any given day, so it could be very variable. But it's all good. Good anagram practice for everybody. And again, a lot of you watching out there and playing along, so again, I do thank you all for doing that. I feel like I'm getting through to my more easier questions now. I'm getting through these a lot faster. At least that will help the believers out there who think that I will get to this race first before the time runs out and before the chat. Still a very long way to go. I always feel like rockstar should be a word, but it's not. It's a very common phony out of those tiles. Took me a little while to actually consistently get the answer right, which Blue Freddy just got with Tarox, Colin's only word. Alright, so we're at an hour and 34 minutes left of the timer. I'm pleased to say that I'm now past the 1/3 stage. I'm now 714 questions in. And the chat now, I'm getting very close to hitting the quarter mark now. So almost 1,000 answers. Getting there pretty quickly as well. A lot of you getting like just reeling off answers very quickly. So it's great progress for the chat. So say significant milestones in this race for all of us right now. So yeah, we're doing good. Plenty of time on the clock. See how we can do. Cook it. Yes. See, a Scottish word there. See, a lot of Scottish words in there. So Rivelos G, you're now on the leaderboard. I see that. You're now number 8 on the leaderboard. You've overtaken a bunch of people. And you're there. And you can also see 90 Degrees and Bluefelly at the top of the leaderboard. There's only about 300 points between them, but Bluefelly is catching up pretty quickly right now. Closing that gap. And MKW Joseph trying to catch up to Itchite as well. You're not far off the top 4. All right, we're now under 1 hour and 30 minutes to go, as it is now 10 p.m. exactly, U.S. Central Time. So we're effectively moving into the second half of the stream, or this race now. And again, you guys are getting through this at a much faster rate than we did at the first half, than the first maybe quarter of the stream. So this is very good progress. We'll see if we can get to the end in good time. You forgot the third anagram of spade? I mean, I think they all begin with an S, right? There you go, Sepad. It's a weird one. Again, I don't think I've ever heard anyone use the word Sepad in an everyday sentence before, so I don't know what that is. So, but there's also a Scottish word. Well, there you go. Maybe. I literally have no idea. I'll take your word for it. Again, lots of Scots words are in the dictionary. Obviously, Collins has to be a very worldly dictionary, include a lot of things. Caddy also, or caddy also a Scottish word. There you go. Okay, you guys now have got over 1,000 answers. So well done to Team Chat for getting that far. It's a lot of answers there racked up in this marathon race. MKW was saying, I don't think option 2 is winning. We need Muffin and AC. I was actually partly expecting Muffin Tentacle to be here and answering questions. Muffin Tentacle did actually get involved with the prediction today, although hasn't said anything in the chat, I believe. He might be saving himself for the final stretch. The hero of the hour, final hour maybe, I don't know, but he might also just not be here to answer available to answer questions tonight. Probably not getting involved so he is more likely to win his A9 coins. Probably. Also potentially true. But, you know, you've got a lot of answers to make up here. In an hour and 24 minutes, it's looking less and less likely, at least. But it does become more of a factor that, you know, as there are more difficult questions that stay on the board, you're going to need somebody like them to clear them all out the way, so that way all the easier questions can come back again. But I noticed that Ancient Cosmographer has been coming and going during this race, so I don't know, he might come back later on. Potentially. But yeah, at this moment in time, I will be honest, it does look a little bit less likely that the chat finishing all the questions within the time limit and before me. Not looking quite as likely at this moment in time. Again, cannot rule anything out. There's still an hour and 22 minutes left. Like, anything can happen. Anyone could turn up. A bunch of people could turn up and just start reading off questions at an alarming rate and get to the end first. But at the same time, I'm also just trying to clear my card box within the time limit. That's really my personal race here. And I think I could potentially do it, but I will need to speed up a little bit. And again, as I said, I will have much easier questions towards the back end of my my backlog. So I'm hoping that those questions at the end will kind of push me through, because they will take very little time to come up with the answers. Or arguably even less time to come up with the answers than I am now. But again, we're all running our own different races right now, so cannot grumble too much. Just gotta keep our head down, keep our heads down, and keep answering questions the best we can. So I did say earlier that Blue Freddy was catching up to 90 degrees, but it doesn't look like that's the case at the moment in time. 90 degrees keeping up with a good rate of answering, and the buffer was still about 250 points. Again, the scoring system is done by length of word, so the longer word that you have, the more points you will get. So basically, it's a total number of letters, essentially. So those are the total number of letters of the answers that you have answered so far correctly. So Chalcedonics was here earlier as well. Answered a bunch of questions and then left, so it is bit 2, so that's that. So I have about 1,200 questions to go in about an hour and 20 minutes. So I'm gonna have to answer like 150, I don't know, I'm trying to do some quick math here whilst I'm answering this, but I'm gonna have to answer like 150 questions every 10 minutes just to stay on track to getting this done within the time, let alone any earlier than the end of the time limit. I think if I can do that, then it's gonna get very close. And then it really depends on the chat if you can muster up some questions here, but again, not looking overly great. Again, this is just a bit of a pilot, so to speak, for potential marathon races in future. Maybe I'll dial down the number of questions for the chat to answer, as you know, people might come and go as time goes on, so not everyone is going to be answering all the questions solidly the whole time. And obviously also H Cosmographer was streaming earlier for the first 45 minutes or so of my stream, so a lot of you were over there watching his stream and not here, so some of the output would have not been there as well for the first 45 minutes.
To
But yeah, definitely appreciate the hustle that you guys in the chat are still going. Some of you have been answering questions for near an hour now, like non-stop. And you're still going as if like you've only just started. So again, really impressive that some of you are out here are still racking up the points real quick and still continue to do so. And again, the fact that you guys are doing this, continue to keep doing this, is again giving me the impetus to keep going with my race also. So I do appreciate that a lot. And hopefully we can see this whole thing out together at the end. Okay, Buffet is now 150 points behind 90 degrees. Inching closer and closer. Yeah, definitely going to pass me. There's less latency. So Bluefin is going to get any words first that we both anagram instantly. Maybe so, yeah. There might be a slight lag issue, potentially. Maybe not. I don't know. You can't make up excuses for yourself here. There's 60 different words to look at here. You don't always have to answer the same ones. But I know that you guys might be looking at the same gaps that might be appearing though. Might be disappearing, the new words that turn up, because there might be a lot of words already there that are very difficult to answer already. Now you're just kind of competing over the same words that are just turning up. Alright, so I finally made it over 1,000 questions, which is pretty significant. Again, if I wasn't doing this, if I wasn't doing this tonight, I would definitely not have answered 1,000 questions in my card box. So this is, again, big progress for me, at least for my card box. Basically doing what you're doing, but competing. Yes. I mean, I'm also competing against the time as well. I really want to get this card box, in terms of like anything that's not 9s in my card box, done today. I just need to knock it out. Like, I've been putting this off for way too long. And again, I don't want to say this as if like I'm punishing myself that I haven't done it, but in a way I kind of am. Of like, I've put this off for too long. I need to do this on the stream. You guys can watch this. I can stay accountable, and that's basically what I need to do here to get myself going with this card box. And again, the fact that you guys are answering questions as well is helping me get this, do it as well. So appreciate you all continuing to answer questions as the time continues. We are now 1 hour and 11 minutes away from the stream end. At worst case scenario, so to speak. if none of us finish the part of questions that we have. It might just be down to me now, to be fair. It's quite possible that maybe 3,000 questions for you, which is 4,000 answers for you, might be a bit too much. Again, we can adjust this for next time, potentially, and give you guys a lot less to do. And the good thing about this game also, I know some of you might not be able to hear me, but even with the ads, you can still see the words, and you can still, I think you just about see the words, and you can still get involved with the race, even whilst the ads are going. No, MKW Joseph. It is it's a different four-letter word, not with those tiles. Looks like Blue Valley might end up overtaking 90 degrees here, only basically tied on score. Alright, welcome back from the ad break. I think we'll have one more ad break before the end of the stream if we don't finish on time. If we let the time expire, that is. MKW Joseph, I don't know if you have, if you're currently a subscriber and probably didn't hear what I said, but that anagram does have a four-letter word in it, but it isn't any of those. Four-letter word. I'm not getting ads today, and I don't use an ad blocker. But thanks for the tip. Okay, it didn't help. So instead of wall or flow, it does use three of those letters as the part of the four-letter word, and that's like at the end of the word. FOL, the three letters, and then plus one other letter as a four-letter word, and we can work out the rest. It's kind of a weird word as well. Whitfold. Not quite. You're actually very close. That is actually very close. You do have the right four-letter word there. Wi-Fi, there you go. Nice. Actually, you got there just in time. Two other people after you, Zetetic and Rivulos, were gunning for it. We're running for that word also. Slightly too fast. Or just got there in time to be Inca Joseph. No problem. Like an alternative to twofold? I think it's something like that. I honestly don't really know. I'm not really sure. I don't. Oh, there you go. It is exactly the same. Twifold also, and twifold with a Y. So yeah, I guess it is. Alright, so I'm actually now more than halfway through the number of questions. I have an hour and 5 minutes to go. Admittedly, it's probably not looking all that great for me either, but I think if I up the speed a little bit, I can probably get to 2000 to get to the end. But I just don't know if I can make it within the time. That is going to be touch and go. But if I was a betting person, I would say that I'm probably going to get to like 1900 questions by the time expires. I could probably get that to that part, but I'll be a little bit short. But again, just need to up the speed a little bit for the next hour, and I can probably get there. But let's see what happens. I'm getting through the easier half of my card box questions now that are not 9s, so hopefully it'll be a little bit quicker to get through. No, Mammy is not Scots, although it sounds like it should be. No problem getting that swear word there. Queuing up to get the swear words, all good. Should be more points involved for that one, I think.
Hey, Thirst, come drop that. This is Thursday.
Yeah, I'm down to like less than 1,000 answers now on my personal race here. The chat now also getting close to a third of the way through, which is a real real hustle here. Again, I had no real idea in terms of how many answers you guys would actually get to. Again, it really depended on who turns up and who feels in the mood to answer questions today. So this is actually already a lot more than what I thought you might have happened here. But I also didn't want to give such a small number of questions that the stream could literally end in like an hour or something. So I did have to be careful with the number of questions first. Again, that's all completely out of my control anyway. Alright, so it is now 10:30 p.m. US Central Time, which now means that there's less than an hour to go in this race. An hour, that's the 11:30, that is when the race will end at the very latest, if neither of us get through all of our questions. I have about 900 questions to go. So I'm going to have to get through about 150 questions per 10 minutes. Which I think is doable here. Maybe I'm not in such bad shape as I actually initially thought, but it's gonna require a little bit of it's definitely gonna require some hustling on my part to get there. But we'll see. Again, fully interested to see also how far the chat will get. But this is also partly why I decided to answer my cardbox in cardbox order of more difficult first and easy ones at the end, so I can mount some kind of onslaught towards the end if I'm running a little bit slow. But at the same time, I'm also trying to prove that you can answer your questions in your card box. If you are out there watching right now and you also do a card box, you have a card box, you have a bit of a backlog. Again, studying is not always the most fun thing to do. It's just like, if you're playing any sport, right, you're having to train, you have to spend time in the gym, you have to learn the tactics, you have to sit in watching film or whatever. It's not the most fun thing in the world. You just kind of want to be out there playing, right? It's just kind of the same as Scrabble, but this is kind of the say like the iceberg. This is all the stuff underneath the wall that you don't really see, that other people don't see what you put in as well. I mean, it is possible to get through this many questions in literally like 3 hours. Again, I may have different questions to you, but at the same time, it is doable. Vitabushna is saying, I'm putting off my cardbox backlog by doing this. That is exactly it. I'm also... This also has... this also has the additional benefit that if I have any, say, rivals out there that are also behind, I'm just trying to distract them by doing this instead. So that's already working a treat here. So yes, I mean, this is I'm just giving another way to distract you from actually doing your real things, but you know, again, if this is more fun than doing your card box, then that is just an alternative way. You're actually getting reps in without it really counting, so to speak, anywhere. But it's happening. It's okay. Look at this as additional bonus work for you. That you don't necessarily have to do, but it is counting. You're getting the brownie points that your card box will not know about, but you know, it's okay. So again, the chat getting close to 1,300 answers. Very close to a third of the way through. But yes, I do recognize that I probably set the bar a little bit too high for the chat. But again, I know that people like Ancient Cosmographer, people like Muffin with Tentacle, people like Chalcedonics, who were all actually, I believe, on watching Ancient Cosmographer's stream earlier today, which rated our stream, could also have just been here for like an hour each, and have literally completed all the questions at that point. Like, I have no idea if how long they're going to stay for, if they will answer anything, how much they will answer, and so on, you know. So I do have to set the bar a little bit higher, because they could be on a tear. You just couldn't bear the possibility of losing. It's okay. That is also true. I also needed to actually have a little bit of time to actually answer my questions. Otherwise, I guess from a personal point of view, if I only had like an hour to answer my questions and I wouldn't get that far, then I'd be like, oh, well, that kind of was a, not say a waste of time, but like I probably could have made the stream last longer and actually answered more of these questions. If that kind of makes sense. Like, I need to... I don't mind you guys winning. It's just that I need a certain amount of time to actually, like, make a dent into this backlog, at least. At least give me that. At least give me that. But yeah, we'll definitely reduce the number of answers for next time. So I'm kind of taking this this race now against the timer every like 10 minutes almost. Trying to see if I can whittle this down every 10 minutes. Set myself a few kind of mini goals in order to reach the big goal of getting through every single question that's available here. So yeah, MKW, you spelt that wrong, I think. Yeah, you spelled it. Yeah, you missed. Yeah, you spelled the J and the H wrong way around. So I was kind of running. I will also admit I was also running this idea with my wife this afternoon, because I was not sure whether or not at that point whether I was going to do this today that you can see right now, or if I was going to do my analysis stream of Albany New Year's, and was like, is this a good idea? I could just get all my questions done on stream without having to like faff around with like restarting and doing these mini races, starting and stopping these races, giving you guys hints. I could just let it run for a long time and just see how it goes. And you know, I felt like a good idea. I think this is a relatively good idea. So we have your wife to blame. I will not throw her under the bus and say that it was her fault. It was my fault for coming up with wacky ideas. I'm trying to make my my card boxing streams more streamlined and a bit more efficient for myself, at least. So after all these 2100 questions that I have in my card box that are due, I will just have just 9s left, and there's about 4,000 of those questions left unanswered right now. So there's still that to do, but I guess that will come in subsequent streams potentially, or if I feel like I can get through a bunch of them off stream, that would be also good for me. But yes, again, if you guys are out there were watching, weren't around earlier and didn't hear about this, I will tell you and just remind you as well that I will do my Albany New Year's analysis stream on Thursday, and then I will not be streaming for 3 weeks after that. So starting February, I will be gone for 3 weeks. My family from England will be visiting me for 3 weeks, so I'll be spending time with them. And then after they've gone, then I will return with my regular schedule. Tuesdays and Thursdays, the same at this normal time. Maybe I will be getting ready for Causeway, playing against the best spot and things like that. That might be kind of what I might be doing. But yeah, don't be shocked. Don't be upset if I'm not streaming for 3 weeks. I will be back. Don't worry. I will be back for sure. But don't be surprised either if I'm not here. But hopefully, after a bit of a break from streaming, I'll be kind of a bit more rejuvenated. Oh, so you're playing Causeway Premier then? Yes, I'll be in the Premier Division for Causeway. I'm not even that highly, like, seeded either. I'm like number 35 or something. Been a very long time since I've been the 35th seed in any tournament, but it's kind of warranted with the stacked field that is there. A bit too expensive for me, even though I'm in Asia, sadly. Yeah, yeah, it's just just staying there for 4 days is a lot. The entry fee is actually quite a lot also, just generally speaking. So yeah, it's not for the faint-hearted either. But yeah, hopefully you'll be around for other events in Asia, or other events around the world. How much was the entry fee? I think it's $250 US, I think. If I remember right. I actually don't know if it's different for. I'm assuming it's the same for all the other divisions as well, but it definitely was $250 entry fee for the tournament for the Premier Division. Yes, bigger entry fee means bigger prizes. Yes, I believe it is a $20,000 first prize or something. Is that right? Am I or 15,000 something like that? I can't even remember. I haven't even like looked at the list. I can't even remember. I'm just spending the money and trying not to think about it. Think about all the ice cream you could buy with $20,000. I know. I have to think about that. Yeah, when I make really tough decisions in that tournament, I'm gonna be like, there's gonna be a knock-on effect here. Like, what does Macondo want me to do for the sake of all the ice cream, all the mint chocolate ice cream that I could get and fit in the freezer? Think about the real prize here. Think about the real Trader Joe's ice cream that I can get. All of that can be mine. I can buy out the entire store. Will this play allow me to buy ice cream? That's a very good question. Very good. That's a very good way of thinking about it. And in fact, I think I will employ that way of thinking from now on. What like a similar thing with me, but with plushies. Hey, I mean, everyone has their own kicks, you know. I'm not one to judge. I'm not one to say yes or no with whatever you want, but whatever motivates you, just put that in your mind. Whatever motivates you, it's all good. I know that the running joke is that I always eat ice cream on stream, and I will fully stress to you that I do not eat ice cream pretty much any other time. This is the only time I eat ice cream, like during the week, as well as I'm streaming, and I actually haven't done it for the last 2 or 3 streams now, but you know. Although again, I don't expect any one of you to believe me. You do not have to believe me, but I will just say that now. Ice cream is pretty good though. I mean, it is. That's why I have to do it, and I have to have the mint chocolate ice cream just to troll Muffin with Tentacle because he does not like it. So I'm literally putting my body in a line just to troll Muffin with Tentacle here. Alright, we're down to 45 minutes left on the clock. I've got under 800 questions to go. This is going to be tough to kind of get to the end now with no questions left, but we'll see. Honestly, if you guys in the chat get anywhere near get to anywhere near 2,000 answers by the end of the stream, that's already a huge win in my book. I didn't even think you guys would get that far. Again, this is all based on who turns up and things, but it's tough to get that through that many. So yeah, real kudos to you guys out there still getting involved. And again, Blue Felly and 90 Degrees still going after all this time. And again, Rivulos G has been here for a long time also, as has MKW Joseph. I know, whilst people have been coming and going, you guys have been here this whole time. Really putting in the shift. And we have about 40 minutes or so left to go. So we've been streaming for about 2.5 hours now. So this is kind of like running around the final bend. We're not quite on the home straight yet, but we're getting there. But I've got about 750 questions to go now. 42 minutes. Can I do it? That is the question. Again, should have easier questions to answer now. Doesn't necessarily mean I can get through them all in the time available, but I'm going to give it a go. And at the very least, I will get very close, so even if I don't finish it, then I'll be in a very good spot to complete it in my own time. And Tetic is now on the leaderboard. You see, they're number 10 on the leaderboard now. Good job. Almost 500 points as well. That's some going. Again, you get 1 point for however many letters there are in the word, so um, totaling to 472 letters in all your answers. That's pretty good. Pretty good. I will also say, if you are enjoying the stream and you don't already follow this channel on Twitch, then please hit that follow button right now. It'd be greatly appreciated. You can also support this stream by becoming a subscriber, especially if you have Amazon Prime. You can use your Amazon Prime free sub for the month, and please consider subscribing to this channel if you don't already use that. If you're watching on YouTube as well, you can please subscribe to the channel as well. We have some videos on there. I haven't really put out some videos recently, but if you're enjoying the stream, I do have lots of live streams, so you can be there to watch my future live streams on there also. So yes, now we're down to under 40 minutes. We're getting there. I'm very close to being under 700 questions to go, which again sounds like a lot, but I feel like I can mount some kind of charge towards the end here. Just need to get the momentum going. And here we go. I'm now under 700 to go. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, MKW Joseph has been grinding this whole time up to 3rd place in the leaderboard. Comfortably in 3rd place now, this has to be said. Two minutes of AC would change that. You might not be here anymore, so I don't think you have too much to worry about that now. Again, some of these people might actually just be kind of having this on in the background and not necessarily doing anything. But it doesn't look like he's actually here. Yeah, the grind is real here, man. This is trying to get to the end. I mean, I didn't even know if I was going to get to 2100 questions towards the end of the stream. I really had no idea. I felt like it was doable. I didn't necessarily think I could do it, but I think I'm a little bit behind schedule, but I think it is still doable. again, if I have questions that don't have like 4 answers, that would also help me a lot. I have to rattle them off of my top of my head real quick. I just want one answer questions that are easy, but can't necessarily control that with whatever's in my card box. Just trying to shave off 100 questions each time. Let's see where we're at on the time on the timer. And Zetetic now over 500 points. Good going. You're getting close to both the bush line. Not too far in front of you. And Suzuma SMT also not too far ahead of you also, who was here at the very beginning of the stream. Is that the word here? Oh man. We do this for almost 2.5 hours now. My brain's kind of like, oh, going all over the place. Gotta push through though, gotta push through. Yeah, think about it. There we go. And 90 degrees, now over 4,000 points. Again, really good job with that. Still 33 more minutes to go. That's a lot of points racked up in one evening. Oh, also well done to Blue Felly, over 5,000 points. Good job. Good job today. Yeah, looks like the star performer for today. But you're gonna win today's chat race, so to speak. Hi to the American Weem. First time chat here, getting involved with the Finiwords game. Good to see you here. Unfortunately, that was not the right answer, but keep trying. All of the words on the screen have an anagram, a valid anagram, allowed in the Scrabble dictionary, which is the CSW24 dictionary that's used around the world. But yeah, thanks for getting involved. But yeah, please try. Yeah, there's a lot of long words in there, so maybe try go for the short ones, or ones that actually have multiple answers, which are in green. So again, don't forget, for those that may have turned up later on in the stream and were not around to get involved with the Twitch prediction tonight, we're currently in a race against time. It doesn't look like the team chat will end up clearing the entire number of questions or answers before the time expires, which again is expiring in about 30 minutes from now. But it could potentially mean that I could clear my card box in time. I have less than 600 questions to go. We have 30 minutes left. It's looking probably a little bit less likely I'm going to make it, but the stream will end if either of us can clear all of our questions or if the time runs out. So now we're into the final 30 minutes of the stream. Got some work to do here. So we'll see how far we can get. It's not going to be easy, but again, I think that I can at least get to 1900. But I'm going to have to answer like 200 questions every 10 minutes now, which is an alarming rate of questions. Again, I'm trying to answer these right too, so I don't want to rush too much. A Zygos, yeah, there you go, nice. But I am now reaching the easier part of my card box now, so these questions should be easier for me and should be taking less time to answer, so we'll see. About 550 questions to go. Oh yes, 90 degrees, yes, it is it is past midnight way on the Eastern time zone. Briefly using mobile data to say goodbye. Yeah, thank you very much for your input today and for playing along. Definitely doesn't go unnoticed. Again, very high score on the leaderboard today. So again, thank you for playing along. And we'll do this again sometime. Again, I'll be streaming again on Thursday. It won't be this, but hopefully you can join me on Thursday for an analysis stream of some of my games from Albany New Year's event. But yes, thanks for playing. Good night. Yeah, and good night to you too. Okay, SenJTP is back. Saying that I'm going to clear my card box before the time expires. You have gone away for maybe an hour or so. And a bit. And this is where I'm at right now. I'm trying. Still have a good number of people still in the chat getting involved still. Thank you for the follow. Rail, was it? I don't know how you pronounce it. Rayowana? May have butchered that. I'm sorry if I did, but thank you for the follow either way. Appreciate that. Again, anyone out there watching right now doesn't already follow, please hit that follow button. Be greatly appreciated. Just under 27 minutes to go. We're kind of on the home straight now for the last 30 minutes, I think. Got to make a big push. Again, definitely helps if I can get some questions that don't have multiple answers. It really does slow me down. Again, can't really pick and choose too much here. Just whatever is ready for me. Alright, we see that Rivulas G is also now up to 4th place on the leaderboard, moving ahead of Ancient Cosmographer. Well done to you. Question is, can you beat MKW Joseph before the time expires? That's the question here. MKW Joseph is still here and is a moving target, so that's the problem for you. But you know, still some time. A lot of words on the board. We'll see. And Zetetic has moved up to 9th place on the leaderboard, but only needs one more answer to overtake Suzuma SMT to get to 8th. Okay, I'm down to under 500 questions left. 24 minutes to go. Again, I'm not expecting that I will make it to finishing all these questions before the time expires, but I'm definitely going to give it a good go at it. I think I can get very close. May have goofed off a bit too much early in the stream, but again, it's all good. And again, I've got through 1,600 questions tonight on the stream, so that's 1,600 more than I would have done otherwise. So I'm really thankful for that. And again, also thankful for you guys watching, providing the impetus for me to do this. And continuing to still answer questions as well, which is amazing. Alright, so what I'm also going to say also is that there is going to be another ad break just before the stream ends, just because it's scheduled to run very soon. But I will just run a 1-minute ad just to make sure that we have the smallest amount of shortest amount of time that I can run an ad to get to the end of the stream. So I will run just a 1-minute ad for the time being. And we'll be back after this. Again, you guys can still answer questions whilst this is going on, but it'll be a shortened ad break than normal. So I'm going to run it right now. Okay, you got an ad this time. Okay, there you go. Yeah, I had to manually do that this time. I shouldn't have mentioned anything. It knows now. It knows. Twitch got me this time. So yeah, you guys who don't already get the ads, you can still answer the questions. I guess other people have the ads. This probably gives you a little bit of time to get to the answers before everyone else, or questions before everyone else. But yeah, this is a very short ad break. The ad break's actually about to end now anyway. Alright, I think we're back. Back from the very short ad break that we had going on there. So I think that we should be uninterrupted from now to the end. So thanks for putting up with that. And then, yeah. No more ads for the rest of the stream. You can knuckle down for the final 20 minutes of the time that's left. I'm now down to about 400 questions. I might make it, you know. I don't know, actually. I'm not actually sure. I'm getting through this pretty quickly now, but it's touch and go. I think I do. It begins with an L, I think. It's kind of a weird word. I think it might have actually come up in my card box today. Yeah, not really a word that would ever get played on the Scrabble board, but there you go. No, I mean, I've already answered 1,700 questions. I don't expect any of you to literally remember everything that I have done. And you guys should be focusing on the board of questions in front of you, not my card box at the end of the day. So definitely do not expect that. Again, I could just be imagining it myself, but I don't know. But yes, nice get. Saint JTB, Lobby Gal, that's the one. Okay, now under 400 questions to go. 18 minutes to go as well. I don't know, it's touch and go now, I think. At this current rate, I could be close. I feel like instead of 1,900, I could get to 2,000 questions answered tonight. I just don't know if I can make it to that final 2,100 mark of questions. With just 18 minutes, it's, yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be a very close. And again, we have coins on the line here. I don't want to let my my believers down. Those that believe that I can get my card box done before the time expires. So you guys in the chat now, I've got through about 40% of all the answers. Which again, I know it doesn't necessarily sound like a lot, but it is a lot of, in terms of numbers, that is a lot of questions. And a lot of answers as well, so that's really good. So definitely gotta hand it to the chat here for continuing to get these answers right as well. Okay, we're under 15 minutes now. We're very close to the finish line. Final push now. I feel like I'm some kind of like personal trainer or something here. You can do it, everyone. You can do it. Okay, we're at 14 minutes to go. I am now very close to under 300 to go now. 1,800 questions done. Wow, can I make it? I'm getting through 100 questions like every 4 minutes or so. Like, it could be done. It could just be wishful thinking. Yeah, I'm not really thinking too hard in terms of what my rate of answering is at this moment in time, but I feel like there's a chance I can make it. Now I'm under 300 questions. With 13 minutes left. Oof, this is close. I don't know. I can definitely get over 2,000 here. I could be within 100 questions left, and the time could expire. But I'm gonna give it everything I got. Yeah, no, this is also partly why I left the easier questions of my card box to the end. Yeah, I don't want to let any of my people down that voted for option 1. Really trying. That includes Saint JTB, who voted for option 1 as well. You're right here. Question, would I be trying this hard if you weren't here? There's literally somebody there now who wants this to happen, so... And actually you were the one who bet the most coins, so... I really want to try and try and get you to get your coins back. "11 minutes. Oh boy. Now down to about 250 questions. It's close. I apologize in advance if it means I go quiet for a long period of time, because I'm really trying to get to the end. We've come this far now. It's been over 3 hours since we started the stream. I've been sitting here this whole time, starting from 0, and you can see over this whole time we've got to almost 1,900 questions answered. This. Gosh, what was that? Just surrounding. Yep. Okay. Oh. Alright, we're past 1900 now. As we are now also past just into the final 10 minutes of the timer. Gotta keep pushing here. Gotta keep pushing. Can't afford to slow down. Oh, I could do without these kind of weird words here. What is the word? Easel, easels. Oh man. No. I don't even... Oh, easel was spelled in multiple ways. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Oof, I wasted a bit of time trying to get the right answer there. Under 9 minutes. This is going to be very, very close. As I at least get to under 200 questions to go. Yes, it's quite possible that Butterbush may have paused the stream and then has continued from a little while ago. Because those words came up a little while ago. Eight minutes left. 190 questions to go. Oof, this is close. That's great. I had words like flossy just come up on my card box, which are already in alphabetical order, so that makes it very easy for me. More of those would be good. Less than 7 minutes. I'm at about 160 to go now. Oh boy. Oh, it's so close. If I'm gonna make it, I think I might make it with just seconds to go. Honestly, I'm not even joking. I think that actually could actually happen here. Oh no. Alright, I've now passed 2,000 questions answered. We have just over 5 minutes left on the clock. I've got 120 questions to go in 5 minutes. I think at this current rate that I'm going, I could make it. But I could run into hard questions at any moment that could slow me down. Right, there's about 4 minutes left to go. And I'm just getting to exactly 100 questions left. Oh boy. Here we go. Can we finish off the job here? Again, leaving the more difficult questions for the end of this race. Might have saved me here. Okay, WJ, I have 2,400 questions left, so you think I can do it in chat? I don't know. I don't know what the odds are on that, but I don't know. I wouldn't bet it. I wouldn't bet on it. Oh no! I got this long question. No. Wait, what is this? There's 8 answers here. Oh jeez. Stonnen, Hans, Tenson. Wait, how many answers are there here? Tenons, I think that's it. I think I got them all. Alright. Off we go. Hit a little roadblock there. Got 2 minutes left. And I've got to get through about 65 questions or so now. Oh boy. This is going down to the wire. It's about as close as it could possibly be. Yep. Down to the last 50 questions now. Got a minute and 22 seconds. Oh boy. Down to the last minute. We've got 30 questions to go. Oh boy. Ah! "30 seconds to go. I've got 20 to go. 20 left. Yep. 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 10 seconds. Oh, jeez. Yep. 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 Oh, I think I finished it. Time's up. I don't even know if did I make it? Was I too slow? I didn't even know. I didn't even see the time. I don't think so. Was I too slow? Was I a second or so, a second maybe too slow? You were 2 away when the time went out. Oh no. Oh. These are all the questions that I got wrong. Actually, there weren't that many. Oh man. I tried. Close enough. Oh man. Let's say he made it and no one will ever know. I don't know. Let me see who actually. Voted for option 3. Actually, timeout was voted by the most number of people. Let's see. But option 3 was actually voted by Muff with Tentacle and my wife. Though you ever gonna live down that shitpost wrong? I know, I keep forgetting that word. It's new. Oh man. Okay, so what are we gonna do here? I guess technically I didn't finish it in time. But okay, so what I will say, okay, let's keep it a secret, alright? We're gonna do a little bit of finagling here. But because Saint JTB was the most put the most coins down, and you were still here to the end, and you contributed 1,000 points, I'm going to say that I did it, even though it's going to be our secret. Okay, no, don't tell anybody. This is not on the internet or anything. But we did this. Okay, if anyone asks, we completed within the time, and yeah. So I'm going to choose option 1 and be done. And yeah, we'll not talk about this. We'll not talk about the prediction result. Okay. So that is about it for my stream. I'll be back on Thursday for analysis stream of Albany New Year's event. And yes, you did beat. Yeah, there you go. You did beat. And you beat Bluefair. Yeah, you go. But yes, that's about it for my stream. I hope you'll be back in 2 days' time. I think ads might start running again in a minute, but hope you'll be there for that. Again, follow the channel if you don't already. And I don't know if I can raid anybody, but we'll see if I can raid someone. But otherwise, hope to see you then. And yeah, thanks for following along, and I appreciate you all for sticking around this entire stream. So again, thank you very much. I'm gonna go raid Exotypo, who's playing some music on his piano right now, so enjoy his music, and hope to see you in a couple of days. Until then, have a good evening and have a good afternoon wherever you are, and good night to you. Good night. And he's actually wearing a Crescent City Cup t-shirt too, so that's great. See you later, guys.